This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good afternoon. This is Guardian Radio Today. I am Garth Menard Roseborough here with you on this last Monday of the year 2025. And you could just go ahead and reflect that just 12 months ago, you probably made a New Year's resolution to do better. You had so many plans, so many ambitions, so many aspirations just to go ahead and improve oneself. I listened to the show prior to this, Z-Line. I listened to C.A. Nuri and also to Aaron Green and others, and I listened to them as they have lost loved ones this year. Those people also had dreams and visions and aspirations, but they're no longer with us. Our condolences and sympathies to those who have lost loved ones this year. As we continue to thrive and strive, many of us are vicious in our ambitions. We cut throats and we backbite. We have such evil intentions for those around us in an effort to get ahead. But we have been reminded today here at Guardian Radio 96.9 from the other show host that life is only so long. And so while you are here, why are you making other people's lives miserable? Just go ahead and share some cheer. Be an encouragement to someone. Be positive. I know I am Garth Menard Roseborough. I know I am mischievous. I know I have taken these shows, I've mixed it up like conch salad in order to entertain you, to go ahead and educate you, but most of all to fellowship with you. It's been a filling in year as we have transitioned from one host to another. We have been asked to fill in, and of course our heart is still with those who have been with us before, as well as those who still remain with us. We continue to pray for the success of all men and women who have passed through Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. This month, I have attempted to take a leave of absence, just simply wanting to get some chores done and take care of some personal situations. And it's been a challenge. I tell you, it's been a challenge. You've seen me in other spaces, on other programs, other shows, and people have been asking me, how come you're on one and not on the other? But, the camel can only take so much load, And so as I attempt to be a part of your lives in terms of conversation, I've tried my best to share. As I've just said to you just a while ago, just about sharing that sometimes you cannot try to be the star of the universe. You got to allow other stars to shine and allow other people to hone their talents. And so what I have done, you've heard from Darwin Russell himself. He and I, we share a platform called Remark on Sundays from 5 to 6:30. And we have attempted to take a break from that. I think once or twice we did have to sit in. And we've been invited to fill in here on Guardian Talk Radio Today. And, of course, Gabi has joined us. And then we got Senator Reuben Raming to join us, and Precious and Kira came along, and we've been having some great discussions. And so it has brought us to this particular day where we are ending, as they say, one calendar year here in the Bahamas, and we're about to enter into another. We have been given well wishes and prayers for Gabi. She's been missing for quite some time, so I want you to, Papa that is especially, relax yourself a bit. I walked in the studio and you talk about who's filling your shoes. Gabi's already in my chair. So I know I'm an old man. I'm about to get kicked out of here because Gabby is ready to take my chair, take the microphone, and ready to have conversations with you moving forward. And that's okay. That's what life is all about. You got to be prepared to be removed sometimes and someone else to move in. You don't hold no feelings about that, man. You just simply rejoice. You, the people who are pure in heart with great intentions for building our nation. But I'm going to let Darvin Russell give his intro. He has just walked into the studio. And then I'm going to let you listen to Gabby as she introduces herself. I'm sure she got a lot to talk about today. That's why she's sitting in that chair. I think Gabby ready to take the show over. And so I got to make sure I say what I got to say, Darvin Russell. You better say what you got to say, bro. Because look at Gabby, them young people. See, we keep trying to distinguish Gabby some young people. They ready to move us old people into geriatrics and take over. Darvin Russell, what's happening, my brother? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, happy early New Year. I know you calling old. You must be talking about yourself.
Okay, then, but I'll be old. I could live with that. See, when you reach my age, I'm the oldest one in the room. When you reach my age, the truth will set you free.
Yes,
but go ahead.
No, it's fantastic to be back. I had a mixed Christmas. Great to see the family, but as you know, my daughter was not able to make it this Christmas. First Christmas without her in 21 years. So, Daddy was having a time to himself. I had to compose myself on Christmas morning when I realized she wasn't in her bedroom. But all is well on this side. Happy to be on the side of the land of the living. It's good to see my friend Gabby. I was shocked to see her in here because I knew she was under the weather. So, Gabby, good to see you, honey. And to all our listeners, we weren't expected to be back until next week. I thought I had one more week off.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I am here and kicking, and it's good to be back.
Well, Gabby, I called her very early this morning, but she didn't respond. And she responded while I was working on the roof, and she said, she can speak, she can talk. And so when she said that to me, I said, well, Gabby, Darvin and I will be in the studio from 2 to 4. Now, when I came upstairs, they told me she was here. And I know what the newspaper looks like. But Gabby wearing the newspaper like she is the news today. Look at her shirt. Okay, don't believe me then. She got the news on her clothes. She's trying to tell us no matter what the headline is today, Gabby is in charge of the news. Today, Gabby, introduce yourself again as usual and then tell us what's hot on your mind for the news. And then let me just throw a little low blow and run. I can do that today, and then you go finish your news. Because I don't know what Darvin got up to do, but I know Darvin always busy just like me.
Good afternoon, Bahamas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Guess who's back in the house? Listen,
Them young people,
can't
boy.
keep a good woman down, I trying to figure out how long y'all thought I was going to be in bed for. Listen, firstly, I just want to say thank you to everyone that, send their well wishes. One thing I didn't even tell the people, but one thing with Bahamian people got, they can know your business.
Yeah.
They can know all your business.
Well, I told them to pray for you.
My ma called me.
Yeah, I had
and
to
tell
make
me
sure.
the people call the radio and see.
Yes, I got to tell people to pray for you because we love you.
But I appreciate it. I am back. Good to be here. I don't know why you keep calling Darvin old because Darvin is a millennial, I think.
No, I'm a millennial.
You at the end of the.
I in between the two of you.
Or you was an XA.
I am.
Oh.
I am.
Oh.
Well, let me
I
ju-
almost thought you was a millennial. I thought you started
young
off.
like that. Yeah, young like that.
Yeah,
He could run though. When
Solid
the
So
bees,
he's a boomer by himself too.
When you see
He's
them
a boomer.
bees
Can't
on
you
him?
a boomer?
the bees when they on him, you could watch him run. You ain't gonna beat him. But it's amazing, Gabi, when you went to the hospital. That's a place that none of us wish to ever have to even visit, whether it's ourselves or loved ones. You know what I've learned as a cultural understanding in the Bahamas? That when you get sick, you don't let certain people know you're sick. You don't want them people knowing they're sick to pray for you. Not them set. Because them set, if they pray for you, I don't think you can make it. So I understand why you say, but everybody in your business, because guess what? You don't want everybody to know.
Spirits is jump.
You only want like a particular place like Darvin Russell, who is pure at heart, to say, hey, baby, I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
But there's
all
some
them
other
feel
people
better
them who've been
made
trying
that.
to cut your throat and stab you in the back. And
It's
waiting.
like, oh, she can't talk. That's the. You got to keep her down.
What will she get? It's something what she gets. She gets something. Well, listen here, folks, man. I got to turn the ship over in a minute. But this year has been a very, very blessed year for me. We've all had our challenges, of course. You know, in my household, I have a health challenge. I've never publicized that. But God has been good to my house. And with health challenges also comes financial challenges. And I'm thankful that I've been able to at least see
Meet every need.
another year and not be, as Darwin was saying, the deficit, eh? That's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm hoping for next year, to be frank with you? I promised y'all I wasn't talking politics until next year. And so in my mind, you all are going to be so disappointed with me next year. I'm very serious. You know why, Darwin? I think what I'm going to do, if they ask us
Yes.
to fill in on this particular hour, I don't know how it's going to work out. This is our last show for the quarter, so we don't know if we'll be filling in next year, or if we'll be permanent next year, or we'll be staff next year, or just a guest next year. We don't know. But believe it or not, I want to get back to talking about investments. What I want to do for you early in the new year as a gift to you, my Bahamian people, is I want to encourage you to be more fiscally intelligent. Just invite you to do that, just to do better financially, how to budget, how to share, how to care, how to manage your life. That's where I think I want to be next year. Now, you say, oh, Garth, don't be such a drag. Well, Gabi's here. Gabi loves politics. So I'm almost certain that we will have some political
You
conversations.
got some checks for you already.
And I told Gabi this morning, Gabi, I think what I will do is I'll allow you to lead a political charge until such time that I can have some talk about investments and prosperity and management. That's just how I feel. Because I got to a point this year, Darwin Russell, where I went home one day and I said, I'm one step away from telling people to carry their assets and their aspirations and their assessments and all them other words. I was about to tell you that, but I didn't do it. I think that
You was
close.
one step?
Yeah, just one step. Because people attempt to get into your head and try to drive you away from the focus.
Yes.
And the only focus I think we've ever had on this particular show or any platform, especially Remark, is to build.
Yes.
It's never been about self. It's never been about aggrandizement. It's always been about building those that are around us who want to be built.
Yeah.
And we don't have to always be correct. We just have to be a part of the conversation, and we can go ahead and delve from the conversation what would push us forward or have us progress as a nation, whether it's Junkanoo, whether it's religion, whether it's politics. I listened to these people for the whole month of December, Darwin Russell. I've never discussed politics in December in my lifetime. And we're still talking politics. And I couldn't believe that. And then the same people say, oh, Garth, you bias. I listened to these people be biased. You're more biased than everyone else. But you know what I realized? It's just a conversation. Get what you can get out of the conversation. Share some love. Share some joy. Let's build our country. That's where I'm at today. And so I may start off a bit slow next year, but Gabi, who's been missing in action, she's ready to take off politically. I am almost certain of it because on my way here, Darwin Russell, guess who I ran into?
Talk to me.
None other than my good old cousin, Brian Brown. Brian Brown, the man who never left Golden Isles.
Just your one good cousin?
My one good cousin. And we row.
And then
Oh,
they
we
try to
row.
get me in the route.
We row.
Why you your
We
good cousin?
row because I invited him to my show. And I tell him, but you go on Dwight's show. Dwight is some station manager. I ain't got no problem with that, but you still got to come on my show. He's saying that I invited Michael Pintard to the show, but knew that Michael may not come if I'm here. So I allowed Gabi to host the show so he could come. Now, I think I'm a nice guy. This is what I do.
Yes, sir.
I never got any thank you for it from Michael, but everything cool. I understand our relationship. We ain't got to like each other. Okay? But we still Bahamian. Don't get this thing mixed up now. Don't get between the Bahamian part of us. Now, Brian saying he didn't want to sit with Gabby. He want to sit with his cousin.
Oh, okay. All right.
But the vibes I was getting was nobody really wanted to sit with God. So I was trying to make sure
was making this up
he
in your
had
head.
a clear runway
That's why I don't get in family.
No,
to
no.
do
disputes, you know.
what he got to do. Then he said to me this morning, did Pickstock call you? And I said, of course he did twice. So I just saying. I saw Brian Rose say being fair to everyone.
Did you fix the situation with your cousin? Did y'all leave on good terms?
I ain't sure it fixed because we're going to the general election. We got to see how we can fix in what? 26.
Speaking of fixing, this texter says, "Good day, GDG." I like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Good day, GDG.
No. Hold on. What is GGD now? What is GD?
GDG.
Oh, GDG.
God, Davin, and Gabby.
Oh, I like
Okay.
that. That's our Monica next year when we're
GDG.
three us together.
Oh, GDG.
I feel like we need to get a
That's a good
song
one,
for that one.
That's a good one.
You know, I had the funny thing is this text didn't me in sync because I had that in my head today. I say GDG.
Copyright it.
So that's why we
sounds
something
like
like that, GDG?
GDG.
Okay.
You see that? Davin right in the middle there with that big D.
And he say in the middle age category.
Yeah.
And
like that?
I had the
Just
retirement age.
Just working.
Yeah.
Okay, so I moving out the door.
It works.
Send
Okay.
it.
I just checking.
Send it to Solo. Let him run with song.
They said, to tell you the truth, a good person is not the one who has power, but the one who uses their voice to protect those who have none.
That's correct.
God, did they cut your tree down?
I like that. And guess what? They didn't.
You don't get a tree cut down.
No.
All year he talked with this one,
They cut the bush.
one Cascarina tree.
But they cut the bush.
But not
And he
the tree.
can't get this tree cut down.
They do some.
I don't feel sorry for him.
They do some other things.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
I mean, I can tell you who do the other things.
No, we ain't gonna talk about
That's
that.
what I'm trying to tell you.
No.
Put the tree in the problem right now.
let's stay
The other thing straight.
Let's stay decent.
Whoa, stay straight now.
Let's stay
See,
decent.
y'all keep your eye on the tree. Hey, go ahead, Gabby. Keep your eye on the tree.
This next texter says, "Good afternoon. Please be informed that persons who make every effort to hurt others are in a deep hurting position. 2026
Wow.
is the year of exposure and healing." From the PBM movement.
PBM.
What's that?
That's who signed it.
That's who signed it.
Okay. We don't know them yet. Let's not speculate. Let's keep moving.
Let's just keep
Let's
it moving. In other news, the Saxons did not win.
Yes. I just got
I'm
over that.
elated.
Wow, Gabby.
I'm elated. I'm elated, yes.
That mean you are one family member?
I am elated. No, I don't even have a group right now because
But you
my
just
group's
glad we
split in
lost.
two.
You just glass. We lost.
I just glad the Saxons didn't win this. I was tired of hearing them six straight. And my sister was confused. She called me for the past 10 minutes trying to figure out which one of the valleys
Volleyball,
win.
Yeah.
And I said, does it matter at this point? She was like, one of them comes second. I think it's the original one. And I said, no, it's not the original Valley. And we argue about which Valley it is for about 10 minutes. Valley boys, y'all got to get y'all act together. We can't figure out who is who.
Well,
we
I
don't even know.
I thought the court had already decided that they weren't both supposed to use the name anymore. I think that was an error on the NJC's part. That should not have happened. I think it was an issue maybe with the timing of when the NJC required them to submit the name and when I think the latest court decision came out in between those 2 points, those two periods of time.
So
because
will
that
we
should
see a
not
difference in
happen.
the new year?
Has to be. That cannot happen.
Will
again.
we be able to tell who's the Valley boys in the new year?
In terms of size and scope? Well, that's a different conversation.
I know
But there'll
because
only be
the
one
way
Valley
forward
boy
beat
that should
the
be-
original.
Exactly.
Beat the 1958.
Exactly.
So sound like the way forward is where it's
I
at.
ain't getting in that. I ain't getting in that.
That's how it
I
sounds.
hear you. I hear you.
I don't know, but I say you got 2 chances to win. Split your odds.
Well,
you know, God is a betting man, so he would say something like that.
I just say historically when the group split, there's never been a conflict like this around the name. The new group always chooses a new name.
You notice I'm quiet and watching you, all right? Because I'm trying to be a man of my word.
You are. But we ain't talking politics.
we ain't talking, but
That's what I said.
politics
Okay.
and everything. Politics in the church, politics in Junkanoo.
The point I was going to make, though,
It's the politics of life.
is in most cases, when you have a split, nobody wins. in most cases.
Agreed.
That's why I need them to come back together.
Unless
man.
you are an amoeba or something that is like, you know what I mean, self-producing entities that are together and then they split, someone always loses. Very easy to get married. I always tell people this all the while. It takes, $25, $50 to get a marriage license? How much does it cost for a
It's
divorce?
$100 now.
How much is a
And
divorce?
20 for the
Thousands.
certificate.
How much is a divorce?
Thousands.
And how many assets are lost in a divorce? And how many psychological issues are in a divorce? So getting together isn't so difficult as we feel. What is devastating is when
The
we
breakup.
tear ourselves apart. Now, let me share something with you quickly as we end the year. I know I'm a very weird guy at times. I'm very peculiar, maybe based on my education. But I understand the splitting of the church, the mother church, the Catholic Church. And I see all these different religions splitting. And every time it splits, it weakens the whole idea of religion. Going into the new year, look at this generation. What is religion to them? There's so many different religions. You tend to lose a whole generation just because it's just too many.
It's just
too much going on.
It's too much.
As for Junkanoo, I grew up shouting Saxons. That's what I did. I live in Adelaide's Terrace, right behind Mom's Academy. Saxons. And then, you say Saxons, Valley Boys, music makers, whatever, right? But this Christmas.
While you find that song, any Saxons in the play?
Yeah, but this year, Darwin, and you and I spoke about this prior to Junkanoo. I didn't feel the electricity
No, I got you.
because of the discord around the event. I think it was nasty. I think it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
And I'll say this very strongly. And see, this year I told y'all, don't freak. Listen to me. Education is so important. I've tried to downplay okay, I'll let you slide by with experience. Yes, I get it. You can be an experienced person and do your job extremely well. But when the rubber really hits the road, let me tell you what education does. Education exposes you to a problem that is global, that everyone understands is a problem. And the purpose of a university is to go ahead in a very concentrated way, show solutions to that particular problem. So an educated person is only a person who's been exposed to multiple solutions for a problem. Now, experience on a job can expose you to problems and solutions, but at what particular depth? What universities do, it takes you to a depth that is globally acceptable. That's all this is. So when it came to Junkanoo, there are some minds in our country, sharp minds. I would have had as a consultation to deal with this matter in advance so that months before this event took place, it would have been settled.
Boy,
I did not see that
the
there,
parade
Darwin
still
Russell.
had extreme time gaps.
It did.
Like
It did.
extreme.
did.
This was supposed to be the solution
I agree.
to the problem. Instead, I feel like the gap widened.
I
Okay.
agree.
And we got to
talk about
fix
that.
these things.
We can talk about that
in
when we get back
26.
from the break. And we'll be back. You're listening to Guardian Today with Darvin, Garth, and Gabby.
Loss of family members is very isolating, and people who have experienced loss appreciate when others have shared their grief. If you can't be there in person, go to the Nassau Guardian's website online at thenassauguardian.com and visit our obituary link. The Nassau Guardian's interactive obituary link allows you to read the funeral announcement, express condolences, or place photos on the online guest book for one full year. Losing a loved one is painful, but that pain isn't the worst thing to happen. Friends, loved ones, colleagues, and neighbors who ignore the loss compound the pain. Should the bereaved family wish to place the obituary and photos on our obituary site, just contact the Guardian's Funeral Industry Partners or the Nassau Guardian. Remember, there isn't one magic right thing to say to someone experiencing loss that will make the loss less painful or easier to bear. The Nassau Guardian's obituary link, available online at thenassauguardian.com.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you. Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
And we're back. This here is Guardian Radio Today. I am Garth Menard Roseborough, just here with you for the first hour, and then I'm going to have to get back to my roof. But I'm here with a great discussion here with Darvin Russell and Gabi Eneas, welcoming her back. We didn't want to end the year without her being here. And as others have had the opportunity to sit in the chair, it's only an honor to have her sit there today to lead out in discussions, at least for the second hour, because she deserves it. She did a great job this year, and I'm very proud of her. And I want her to continue to be the tenacious person that she is, very focused, very driven, and as a trendsetter for young people to be involved in voicing their concerns and their opinions and just telling their story as we build a greater and a better Bahamas. This Christmas, Darvin, before we allow you all to really get into what you got to get into, I got some banana bread from Coral Harbor
I ain't had nothing, but you get no banana.
Hold on,
bread.
man. Let me tell this thing. I got to tell you the thing.
You didn't call me for none of that.
Oh, boy, I tell you. What Darwin's trying to say is the only banana bread that matters is his. You see, you won't get yourself in trouble. And he's trying to save you. See, that's why young people got to let the old people lead the way. Now, Darvin Russell was the first. Well, that's not true. Zella Redhead was the first person to ever give me some banana bread in recent times as a gift.
Yes, sir.
Because, we eat banana bread when we go out, restaurants, whatever. And it's because she got a bunch of bananas from my house, and she used my bananas in her bread, and she does an excellent job. That's Miss Zella Redhead. And she's now Miss Zella Redhead Roberts. She's married to Mr. Roberts. And I want to give her a special thank you today. I put that in my refrigerator. I got so much stuff in there. I have Angel, our friend Angel, who listens to the show. Angel gave some of the group here from Remark and Guardian Radio Today. I had them in my car and gave them some. I think when they had the turkey, they had ham, they had all those other little trimmings, and they had a lot of cake. So I got a whole plate full of cake from her too. That's our friend Angel. She lives in the 12 Pines constituency area. And then, I'm talking about all these food that come in my belly. They're trying to get me fat. Darvin Russell makes a mean banana bread. And then, of course, Kira that came on the show also makes a mean banana bread. And I am so tempted to have a banana bread bake-off with a gift prize. I'm willing to dig into my pocket and find like $200 or $500. I don't know which one coming first, depending on the economy. And just say who got the best tasting banana bread. Now, I know that is based on the judges' taste.
Yeah.
So I need these people who want to get involved in this contest to tell me, number one, how do we judge, Gabi, the banana bread? Now, you could be in charge of the judges, Gabi. I know you got a problem with that.
Only the judges matter.
No, I said, Gabi, see, this is no joke thing we talking about. This banana bread we talking about. And I think
your bread can't be puddingy.
No, you can't tell them how to make their bread. They just got to bring it. Now, hold on.
They got to bring it, but don't mix it up.
We talking about gift prize now.
Bread.
We talking about gift prize. I talk about Valentine's Day banana bread contest, a bake-off. So I don't know how to do this yet, but I think somewhere around Valentine's. And I need
after I come back, because my birthday is the 7th.
Of what?
February.
So you be going that long?
So I going on a cruise for my birthday. I cruising out of here.
So we need another judge.
I'll be back just in time for the competition.
When you come up,
You gotta have it on Sweethearts Day on the 15th.
You naming the baby after me.
You gotta have it.
I just been a disgusting behemoth. So I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this bake off. I just need a good date, what they could agree to, and we can do this banana bread bake off. Now, how that gonna work? Do they all go in the same facility and bake side by
Come on,
side?
you bring your things. Bring
Let
your
them
things.
bring it, 'cause
How
they
we
may
know
not-
you bake that?
Man, that's integrity. If you're choosing
Yeah.
to bake a, you know, that ain't.
You could
know what my
bring us
banana
some
bread
boy.
tastes like. You know
Some
what your
boy.
banana bread tastes like.
And special points for the people who's create the coconut and putting it. Because if you don't put the coconut in the banana bread, is that really
No. See, you getting in people's business as
the
a judge.
banana bread?
You sound like you being Junkanoo judge. That's what
Yeah.
you sound like. One of them
Yeah,
Junkanoo
like-
judge.
like
You
you
ain't got your
really-
own bias. You can't have no
I don't
bias.
put coconut in my banana.
So we got to say it based on. But y'all gonna have to tell me based on texture, based on shape,
Yeah.
based on ingredients like nuts or what. I mean, I'm just saying you have different categories.
Yeah,
thing
so
that
it's different
matters is
types.
Huh?
Only thing
Only that matters is how it tastes. Yeah.
But
the
suppose the boys
texture
in the
too, though,
smoke
'cause
and then they
you
don't have no
can't
taste
it
like
too
how they supposed to
heavy.
taste.
Then they shouldn't be a
Some of
judge.
them banana bread you could play porky with.
Well, anyway, Chef Hall, I gotta find my friend Chef Hall. I calling
And
out
we
to
don't
you.
eat fruitcake. Fruitcake
I need
belongs to the
Chef Hall
garbage.
and I need my cousin Chef Charlton from Albany. Charlie, I need you to be one of these judges for this banana bread. I can find me 2 or 3
God
chefs.
just want to eat banana bread today.
No. I want to show Bahamian people good
Uh-huh.
tasting banana. I see there's some things we could do, and you always talk all kind of. See, I ain't gonna get political again, but we waiting on the natural resources, we waiting on the money, we waiting on this, we waiting on that. Y'all always waiting on somebody to give y'all something. But there's some things that Bahamian people could do from home and make their money, But they just simply have not been given the encouragement.
And we need
do
to
so.
talk about macaroni too. Y'all who's put time in the macaroni, please stop it.
Now hold on now.
Stop it
hold
now.
On, hold on now. See, you trying to get me to spend too much
Stop
of my
it
money.
now.
I say only $2 to
Please
$5
put no time in no
$500.
macaroni.
I say 2
and
to 5.
mustard.
Jesus Christ.
Stop it right now.
This a woman. How much she's paid for a plate of food again? $3.50.
I don't know.
We got a caller on the line. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Guardian Radio.
I trying to encourage y'all.
Hello.
Hey, my brother.
Hi.
Hey, God, you have a good afternoon, man. You and your guest, man.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yeah. So I have a question for you, right? Do you feel that talking about Junkanoo?
Mhm.
Do you feel that Junkanoo has outgrown Bay Street?
No,
Hello?
I don't believe that Junkanoo has outgrown Bay Street. I think Bay Street is as much a part of the tradition of Junkanoo as Junkanoo itself. I think moving Junkanoo off of Bay Street, it loses an element of nostalgia. It loses an element of what the music feels like on Bay Street. I would not be a fan of moving Junkanoo off of Bay Street at all. Not at all.
I got you. I'll tell you this, right? I'm 52 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Junkanoo in terms of watching the parade.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make it this year, but I heard, some things happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you move Junkanoo somewhere that is, I guess, more secure, more crowd control,
Yeah.
a little more organized. People won't get a taxi, get a taxi. People won't get the bus, catch the bus.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do something, man.
And where do you consider that place to be?
I think we have outgrown the group is so big right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had some guests in my car last night. They tell me say the Saxon costume was so big. You understand me?
Yeah.
It's hard to get on Bay Street. I mean, if we change the parade rules, but the costume had to be a certain size
That's correct.
or something like that. But
No.
in its present form,
Yeah.
I don't think it's sustainable to have the parade on Bay Street. You have like 500 people in one group.
Those are really good suggestions. I mean, I was having this conversation with my siblings over the holiday break, and I
Yes,
do
sir.
believe that Junkanoo can have some reform. Now, I'm not against reform. I think size of groups is one reform. Just like I
Yes.
was talking to Gabby off air, I think the gaps, the space in between groups is another huge reform that's long overdue. And I
Yes.
also think that the start time for Junkanoo needs to change because we know we're in a season where it gets dark at 6 o'clock. Junkanoo
Yes,
does
sir.
not have to start at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Junkanoo
I-
could start at 7 p.m. and you'll be
Right,
done
right,
at
right.
2, 3 o'clock in the morning. There's absolutely no reason for Junkanoo to start at 9 and talk about 7:30 in the morning. Just one of the 8 groups is just coming on Bay
finishing the
Street
first
when the
lap.
sun comes up. That's ridiculous.
I agree.
That's
And the
ridiculous.
thing is, the thing is, right? I mean, we've been doing it so long, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard one of your guests talking about people being at college and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me. There got to be men in this country who can fix that.
Oh, there are.
You know what I mean? The technocrats. I mean, we got to put these people to work.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? In this country, you know, we have like let's say a bus system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to go, of course, right?
No, go ahead.
You can't even. I mean, the people get in the bus and they don't have a bus schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, when are we going to make decisions to make us? You understand me?
Yeah, make us better. Yeah.
Man. But I hope we can find those persons who know John Canoe, who know logistics. Let's get a parade set up properly, man.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks.
So, Garth, that's a good segue for me to respond to what you were talking about prior to the break when it came to when things separate. When we separate, it usually gets weaker. And I would add this. I have a slight nuance to that, and I believe that it only gets weaker for a time. The size, even if you talk about Junkanoo, as we started the conversation, most of these groups that are now in the A category are groups that came about as a result of splits.
Okay.
They didn't exist prior to them splitting from a larger group. And they weren't all good when they started out from the split. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you that there is a period of transition after divorce, after a breakup,
whether
after
you would keep
severing.
the person last name or you going back to your maiden name.
And all of this, all of this stuff that these things that you go through. But I think at the end, what can come from that is something better or different. It doesn't have to be weaker or less than.
When you say better, I think the caller was speaking about confinement. The fact that it's in the Bay Street, Shirley Street area, to make it better may mean that it needs a larger circumference or an area in order to perform.
There's something about that sound reverberating off the building that I don't know if you get by
you don't
taking
get the
it
same
to a larger.
effect. If
because,
you take
for
it
example,
to the stadium, it doesn't sound the same.
But watch what he's saying to you. Your population, when Junkanoo was first initiated, to give you that sound from those drums, from those cowbells, from those horns, that was when our population was much smaller. Now the population has grown to the point where the groups have also grown. And of course, the minds of the people have also grown. And so the question he's really saying is, have we outgrown that area? Now, to keep the sound, you want to stay in that area, but you have outgrown the area. In other words, a child in a parent's house, when you got hair on your face and you want girlfriend and you want to make baby, I don't care if mommy got the best cooking in town, you got to go.
Yeah.
So when is it time for Junkanoo to find another venue that can give them the sound that they're requiring?
I don't think they've necessarily outgrown the space. Like Davin would have said, it's the organization of the parade itself that has not grown. We said that replacing the JNCP would have fixed the issue. Instead, we got even longer delays. We got even more unorganization. It was like people didn't know if to go left or right. I think half of those people who on the side walking, who's supposed to be marshals, they need to go. They taking up all the space in the road.
So
the dancers can't move. The costumes can't turn around. Why all y'all on the side of the road? Move.
And why talking to Darvin Russell after 4 a.m? He tell me, God, I don't like this coverage. After 4, I ain't talking to Darvin. After 4 a.m, this is what Junkanoo do. It cause us to talk after 4 a.m. We supposed to be praying. But guess what?
We got to take a break.
I am so proud of those that participated. Glad that they were there. It's great to be a Bahamian. Hey, we're going to take a break. We're going to the news.
No, we're just taking a break and
Just
then
a break?
we'll get the call up right after the break. We'll be right back.
Be right back.
Step inside the John Baptiste Jazz Club at Bahamar, where the rhythm of the islands of the Bahamas meets the soul of New Orleans. Every night, the lights dim, the music swells, and the air fills with that unmistakable energy, the kind that makes you close your eyes and just feel. Savor signature cocktails, curated small plates, and live performances from world-class musicians, all in an intimate, artfully designed space where every seat has a story. Whether it's a romantic night out or a spontaneous evening with friends, this is where you want to be. The John Baptiste Jazz Club, only at Baha Mar. Reserve your table now at bahamar.com/jazz club or through the Baha Mar app, because every evening plays its own tune.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Go ahead, Gabby.
96.9 FM Guardian Radio Today. Caller, you're live on the air. We're not going to keep you waiting long. Welcome to the conversation.
Welcome to each of you, C. Alan Johnson.
Hey, buddy.
What prompted me to call is the fact that, I think God is the one who talked about the limitations and having to move and having to mature. And when we talk about the sound of John Canoe, and, the beauty about John Canoe is that it's never duplicated. If you used to ask him to go around the second time, you have similar, which is not the same.
That's true.
So that's where the uniqueness come in. But when you talk about the acoustic science of sound, you could duplicate it or create the environment anywhere once you understand what is it you're trying to achieve. So the echoes of the building, the mechanical waves, right? You could study downtown, find out what it is that you do, what you do, and you can duplicate that anywhere, even now using electronics. Before, you used to have to build boards and walls and whatever else. Now you have the ability to push back sound, echoes, and do it electronically. John Canoe has the potential of being a multi-billion-dollar industry coming under cultural and heritage for the Bahamas. And I would estimate if you combine John Canoe year-round as part of a cultural heritage type environment, you could very easily add another $1 billion to the GDP when you look at the actual experience. And so we'll take it from the two major days that we have and maintain it. And so since you can't duplicate where you say you're going to do this daily and this is going to become part of our cultural offering, then you can't say you're going to shut down Bay Street all year round so you could make it part of it. So we have to look at tools of the 21st century to begin to look to see how do we develop this whole process of duplicating as close as possible to what is it we're trying to achieve to make it part. So whether we do it at a hotel or whether we do it at different places, and it has to be in multiple places across the Bahamas. So we have to think bigger than let's try to find out how do we expand on the same old ideology using the same old tools. The same thing when we even go for judging. You have those big costumes. After those costumes are judged, no one has a copy of it. No one has anything as this. And, Gabby, I know you as a female, you would understand this. Those things where you go to those parties where you stand on top of the thing and the camera go around and around or it spins you around?
You mean a 360?
Yeah, the 360. Do you know they are doing that right now in digital twins? Mm-hmm. I could take that big costume into an open field, build a track around it, and put a camera on it, and take full 360-degree view of it, and preserve it forever. Even that if you want to go digital NFT, looking at it, preserving it, because it becomes part of a continuation of a digital John Canoe museum, capture the experience. We are in the 21st century. January 1st, December 31st of this year is the end, the last second of the 21st century, first 25 years of the 21st century. That means as we move on January 1st, we move into the beginning of the second 25 years. we must abandon our 20th century thinking. We are in the 21st century. AI is moving now to accelerate the things that we do. And their minds, and I tell people, I am not the brightest or the sharpest pencil in the box, the brightest crayon in the box. However, I may be one of the loudest. There's others, just like me, in the Bahamas and outside of the Bahamas. I know them personally. So I'm simply saying that there's just no room to allow them to solve the issues because we keep going back to the same people. I ask you,
that's correct.
Spread out the deck of cards for all of the problems we tried to solve in the last 25 years alone. And you keep going back to the same mindset, to the same thinking, to the same thing else, not recognizing the collective intelligence of all of us will always be superior to just a few of us.
I love
it.
So
these are not problems for us to solve. These are problems for us to solve, and it's not hard if we just abandon the old mindset.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so much, C. Allen. We have another call on the line.
Go ahead.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Guardian Radio today.
Good afternoon, Darwin. How are you doing?
Hey, Guy. How are you?
I'm fine, man. Good afternoon to you again.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Good afternoon.
Darwin,
Hey.
name me one thing in the Bahamas right now keeping the BME people together.
One thing besides John Canoe, you mean?
But Jonglu is the only thing keeping the Bahamas together.
Well, track and field, like sports. You don't think sports does?
And the politicians need to leave us alone.
I agree.
You see, because I didn't go to Jonglu last year, neither this year. That was all by design. Well, on Sean, my son Sean, I can try and make it out for the New Year.
Okay.
So
why didn't you go?
Because I know, see, I don't like politicians. See, I know the money I spend on Jonglu.
Okay.
I know the people I train and teach this thing too, man. I don't care what group they're in. I tell my brothers and my sons, but I make money. I train your Jonglu to make money. And I talented in Jonglu. Okay? I graduated, I've been in 4 schools in this country. I will try assist next year.
Wow.
That's Palmdale Primary, Lumber Primary, Don Davis, and Government High. Okay, then we had the junior Jonglu, the real junior Jonglu back in the day. We had to build our things, we had to code our things, do our things ourselves.
Yeah.
We learned the hard way. We introduced new things in John Canoe. Okay, and a lot of things I see, I don't like. But so I'm more like I retired. You see, and you got $97 million to give consultancies and networking in this country. So people who know how to run this thing, you take care of us, man.
So would you move John Canoe off Bay Street?
No, sir.
Okay.
Anything, when we represent this country, everything is main town, downtown. Peach Street, Atlanta, everything's downtown.
I got you.
You see, what you do, you cut down on the size of the costume. You cut down the size of the groups. You see? So my thing is, right?
So then you'd have to make more groups. So how do we encompass participation from our people? Because if you're building and you're constantly adding, young people want to get involved in John Canoe now. More people want to come off of the bleachers and get involved. If you cut down the size of the group, then where do these people go? What do they do?
No, when I say cut down size of the group, I talk about Boxing Day and New Year. Some go Boxing Day and some go New Year. That's what I mean.
Or you form new groups, right? You mean I don't disagree.
See, John Canoe is easy, They got a lot of people. See, the music makers and the politicals. You see, I tell scrap and food them. Come, Michael made man. Call it the musical politicals or whatever. It'd be hard to beat them top boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm listening to?
See, and when them boys you say they can drop and need to join the Wally, the Sax, and the one family and them. So they easy, man. Trust me.
So here,
it's easy. All we here to do. When I was in the back in the day, I came my engineers down Shady Street and measured the roads. I measured the height with the license. So I keep telling guys, 15 by 12 is the height of John Canoe. You don't have to go to humongous. And they had to get back in the day, Any customer, they open the gate, the customer get disqualified. Millions of dollars, thousands of dollars gone, disqualification. You can't get no prize. You can't, See, it's so bad, man.
Yeah.
We need to fix this thing. John Canoe is all we got. You know, talking about politics. Darwin, you know I like my politics, man. Now come next year.
No, yeah.
I can deal with.
Yeah, Monday. Come Monday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Monday
I can deal. But that's the plan. I can be on that. Tell you, I can't come because half the politicians brings in jail.
Yes, sir.
Them civil servants brings in jail. So I just go in and let you all know that they shouldn't be paid nothing out outside. They supposed to clear every match. No more excuse. Because we watching everything, my brother. We watching every Jesus Christ thing. And thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much, caller.
Now, we're about to go to news in just a few minutes, and I've been listening to the commentary. I heard about this great sound that's coming from the acoustics of the whole geographical area of downtown. I heard you. I heard you tell me about the size of the costumes. I heard you talk about the number of groups that are there.
The size of the groups.
Now, we're moving into 2026. Change never comes easy. Change is never welcomed easily. And so there's going to be challenges ahead. I understand that. The sound that you speak about, that is this great sound that is familiar to you. I am a tourist for the first time coming to the Bahamas. What sound am I expecting other than if I've heard it from a video or an audio? I've never heard that sound.
Junkanoo ain't for tourists.
Just bear with me a minute, because this time of year, I'm certain that some tourists that come
they do.
for Junkanoo.
But I listen.
The parade is now in a tuna can, just a tuna can.
Okay.
I want to get this parade now into a container that holds more volume.
Okay.
I know the sound that we enjoy as Bahamians is going to be on Bay Street. When I go to an NFL game, or I go to a baseball game, or I go to a basketball game, you got the seats down on the floor. You pay big money for that. Then you got the seats above that, and then it continues to tear and go up to where your nose starts to bleed. They call it nosebleed seats. As a Bahamian, you love Junkanoo so much, you pay to get to downtown. That's how I feel. But if you just like Junkanoo, go to Fort Charlotte. Start the parade from Fort Charlotte. It's a different sound, but you still got Junkanoo and you can afford that. Go where you could afford. The new tourists who come, they don't need all the congestion. Darwin just tell me how to be urinating all over the people's front door like pot cake dog, and throwing garbage and chewing gum and all that type of stuff on people's sidewalk and making downtown degraded. Didn't you just tell me that? So move the parade. Start from Fort Charlotte and move yourself down to downtown, and you may end at downtown.
This texter agrees with you.
The judge will judge from Fort Charlotte all the way to the end downtown. And if you sound bad on Fort Charlotte, you can sound bad maybe downtown. But if downtown is where you perform best, then take it easy in Fort Charlotte and try to win when you reach downtown. But you got to change the way you do things. We can't continue doing foolishness the same way, because 2026, this is where we can get our fix.
This texter says we need change. Junkanoo need a new area to build and develop.
Thank you.
Bay Street is nice and traditional. We all would like to stay there. Growth requires change. Safety, easy movement, and people and traffic is a must. We can build walls and bleachers along the walls to get sounds we need. Let's open to long-term growth and development. BPM Movement. Who's BPM Movement? Who are you?
Please tell us who you is, BPM Movement, before I give you the meaning of your own acronym. Don't make me tell them who you is, BPM. You know, I can figure it out. Take care, folks. We're going to the news.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
.9 FM Guardian Radio Today. Listen, I don't think we gave the numbers out, Davin, for persons to really be a part of the conversation today. So if you want to be a part of this conversation in the last hour, the numbers to call are 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the beautiful family of islands, 242-300, 5720, and the text line powered by BTC is 422-4796. And Davin and I really want to wrap this Junkanoo conversation in a bow, tie it up, let it go, because we really want to get into what we really wanted to talk to you today about. And Davin and Precious, I believe Precious it was, right? Started a beautiful conversation last week, Thursday, in terms of going into the new year. So we really wanted to keep it light. We really wanted to talk about the way forward and all these resolutions. But Davin had something beautiful to say, just these last moments about Junkanoo, Davin. Let's just wrap that conversation up.
So one of the things that Gabby and I were chatting about on the break was what the evolution of Junkanoo could look like. And the suggestion that I raised to her was I would really like to see, as C. Allen had pointed out, Junkanoo all year. And a couple of the suggestions that I made to her was I'd like to see a Junkanoo festival parade on Bahama Boulevard, for example. I think we can do another Junkanoo event over Paradise Island to benefit our Atlantis and Paradise Island residents. We could even do, for Garth's own suggestion, and have an over-the-hill Junkanoo experience and run it along Wolf Road. And then the other suggestion that I made was in order to incorporate some of the tourists, and we talk about monetizing Junkanoo, for example, we could have a specific festival, almost like an amateur Junkanoo, where it's 50-50 participation, 50% experienced Junkanooers. You can get the kids involved, incorporate the junior Junkanoo programs, and have the tourists come for basically a boot camp course. So you come in, you're in the Bahamas for a minimum of a week, and you come on Monday, and you choose the groups that you're going to be involved. Yeah, so you choose your pieces. So the Junkanoo group's responsibility is to pre-make parts of a costume. So you got the shoulder piece, you got the leg piece, you got the torso piece, you got the head piece. But when you come into the shack, the tourists would be there. We teach them how to pace. We teach them how to do the drums, how to shake the cowbells, so that Saturday, the time of the event, we now have an incorporated tourist experience along with a Bahamian experience. And I think that would be a memory. Yes. And I could just see the marketing behind that, how beautiful that would be, an immersive experience for our tourists that I think would be second to none.
Instead of us pumping all that money into trying to assimilate other people's culture, carnival, and all of these different things. We have something that is uniquely Bahamian Junkanoo. I don't feel like we should wholly move it off of Bay Street. Every time I talk to tourists, they say, take me to where y'all let's go. Take me to do the things y'all let's do. Nobody wants to visit a country and do touristy things. We want to be immersed into local culture. I was researching because I want to go to Bali the other day. And literally, they tell you there are times they do these festivals in the street. It's locals. Visitors go there to immerse themselves. Even though the festival is growing due to the tourist economy, they're not trying to move it. Because that is what people are coming there to see. That local culture, that local experience. They don't want the salt and pepper chicken wings. They want the seasoning, all seasoned salt, lemon pepper, garlic powder. That's what they want on the chicken. They ain't come to the Bahamas to eat salt and pepper wings.
Let me tell you what's so funny about that. But so we could take this call first, but I'll tell you what's funny about that. Caller, you're on Guardian today with Garth. Oh, with Darwin and Gabby right now.
Oh, God left us. Yeah.
Yes. You're on Guardian today.
Yes, I don't know if you guys. I just tuned in and I heard topic John Canoe.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry for tuning in late.
No, man. Go ahead.
I'm so. It's nothing against what you guys say, but I'm so tired of we always catering to everybody. I'm so tired of we catering to everybody else but Bahamians. I hear the gentleman there talking about the tourists and this. We then second, third, fourth in our own country already with all these persons coming into our country, then the tourists. We need to get John Canoe on Bay Street sorted out first.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just tuned in late.
Yeah. You caught the last part of that. That was the last part of my contribution about how you could incorporate tourists into a particular version of John
we don't
Canoe.
want it to be moved.
I'm about to let me play right now. Then you guys could take over. But my thing is, I don't know if you guys been to this last John Canoe, Boxing Day John Canoe. That was trash.
Yeah.
And I've been going to John Canoe for forever.
So what didn't you like about it this year?
We always have, those breaks during the parade. But this time it was crazy. I got there 9 o'clock. Me and my daughter. We got there 9 o'clock. I also encourage people from outside of the country, from New York, to come to visit. I was embarrassed actually, because they were excited, and I hyped it. I've been hyping it up for months. You gotta come down. This is our culture. Only to be sitting on your booty, getting cramped, sitting on them cold benches for hours, and it appeared like they only were concerned about the person. Hello?
We're here listening.
Yeah, it seemed like they only were concerned about the people in Washington Square by giving them entertainment.
Yeah.
Everybody else, from Scotiabank down, you have to just sit there and wait in the draft and the cold. And I was embarrassed. They said, anybody else come in? I said, bye, Dom. This is I hear encouraging everybody to come down to. I mean, we all know that there are breaks, but this was. I don't know if you guys been to this one.
Yeah.
This was crazy, and so my thing is, I hear you guys suggesting, take it, do this and do that for the tourists, bro. We don't even have our stuff organized for the loyal Bahamian. Because my last point is, if you're not politically connected or if you're not friends, family, and lovers, for the average Bahamian, sometimes John Canoe is your only escape. If you live in the average Bahamian and you're just trying to make it. John Canoe, you look forward to John Canoe as an escape. You encourage people. But, I mean, come on, man. That's my only point. We need to get something for B. Sorry, I'm kind of No.
I mean, you're right. You're right on cue with what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
You're right on par with what I was saying earlier.
I'm only frustrated because when you always hear the talking heads on the radio stations and the politically connected who close to power, of course, it's different for them because either they're close to the PLP or FNM.
Yeah.
So, of course, their lifestyle, considering everybody else's life, is different.
Yeah.
So, my last point is, let's get our festival for Bahamians good first. And we already have everything for tourists. Tourists got this. We subsidize tourists this. We got, bro, what we got for us?
Yeah.
You got, my last one, we don't even have, what the place called now? This Friday's not even technically Bahamian
Don't
no
get me
more.
started on that.
So,
Don't get me started.
my last, we need to do something for Bahamians. And I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you, sir. Great contribution.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's literally what I was saying earlier. You cannot take our tradition and say, we've outgrown it. We have to do this. We have to do that because tourists this and tourists that. It has to be something that we as Bahamians can hold on to. John Canoe is what I've known from a child.
Yeah.
My mother used to go there. She used to be a judge. And going to the parade is something that children and we look forward to culturally as Bahamians. Like he said, we have the politics of everything going on. But come December, come Boxing Day, we know that is for us, for every Bahamian we can look forward to. We pull for our groups. It's Bahamian pride into it. And yes, we include tourists into it, but we cannot take it away from the locals who pour their heart and soul into this. John Canoe has pulled young men off of the streets, Davin.
Yeah.
It's pulled people out of some serious situations.
Yeah.
We can't take it away from our people, and the phone lines are lighting up.
We trying to move off this, but they didn't want us to move off of this, so it's y'all show.
So let's go ahead and take this.
You're on Guardian today.
Is this Guardian Talk Show?
Yes, it is.
Praise the Lord. I'm standing by. Cell phone.
Go ahead. You're on the air. Make your contribution, sir. You're on the air with Darvin and Gabby.
I am okay. Garvin, you said something that caused me to call.
Yes, sir.
And cause you, I hope, to think about what I'm about to say.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We just finished the parade 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do with those 5 groups that were so fantastic?
Yeah.
Today, what are we going to do with those costumes from the 5 top groups on Bay Street?
There's no Junkanoo Museum, eh?
You know what we're going to do? We're going to do nothing with it.
Well, they're probably already broken down, right?
Oh, but no. My point is this: we are the thinkers. You're listening to the same people all the time. Perhaps if you make that correction on your show for the new year coming up, the same people they complain about everything, every single matter, same voices.
So I don't know if you listen.
Thinkers who are going to be able to find markets to send each of those groups.
Yeah.
Internationally.
Yes.
And nobody is thinking about that.
So one of the
Nobody
things.
is thinking about. We're going to have new costumes again
Yes.
tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
What are we going to do with those costumes? What are we going to do? The men are ready. They're ready to travel. We are ready to make money. No talks of that. We're just trying. You're right. And somebody called earlier and said it. Only one thing correction I want to see in my lifetime, because they didn't move from Bay Street. I'm sure of that. We need to find a way to bus people from east, west, north, and south to a point downtown and stop that
Traffic
chaos.
Yeah.
That's traffic.
With the cars.
That's a great suggestion. So
The cars will be talking the same foolishness all the time. Changing Peter for Paul makes no difference.
No, but
they're the same people. The same people that were in the JCNP are the same people in the NJC.
But
Same people.
you've made some good contributions already, though. And the good thing about Guardian Radio is that all of these are recorded. So you can't say that you didn't know. You could always go and play it back. But one of the things that one of the callers, C. Allen, had suggested was this whole idea of
Oh, God.
the virtual reality.
Him
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Let him give others a chance to give another idea. I'm just tired of them. I'm
Yes, sir.
sorry.
No, but no, he had a good suggestion,
What
though.
are we going to
Yeah.
do with the costumes of the 5 groups that have just finished Bay Street the other night?
Well, we could do a Junkanoo museum.
We should have a Junkanoo
Not a museum, man.
Not just a museum,
we used
but
to
we
go
could
to the Miami
auction.
Classics 50
auction
years
the
ago.
pieces off.
We've been to Toronto, to Caravana.
I don't-
We've
I
been
don't-
up there in Washington on the mall.
But here's one of the
need people
challenges.
to organize these kinds of things.
No, that's not a bad suggestion, but I know that you are aware that the Ministry of Tourism does travel with members of Junkanoo committees when
My
they
brother,
do certain
if
events,
you
right?
know who you're talking to, I know everything. That's why I've just been listening for years.
No, the only suggestion I was going to make was I think the challenge with traveling with the top costumes is the sheer size of them and
Man,
the
that's
logistical
not a problem,
complications.
Man.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Okay.
I've talked to Brendan Folks. He took 150 people out to the games out there in Eastern Canada.
In Eastern Canada. Okay.
It can be done. It has been done. But we have to plan to do something with the men who are ready to work right now.
Okay.
Nobody is talking about it.
Fair enough. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
We'll get
much.
new people again tomorrow night.
Thank
you so much for your contribution, sir. We appreciate your call. But that's the thing. We have persons, and I agree to an extent with the caller. We have these big pieces. Oftentimes we see them break down on the side of the road. In this Junkanoo Museum that we've been talking about for years, why not? We have persons that literally collect art. Junkanoo is an art form. We have people that go around the world and pay millions, not just hundreds of dollars, not just thousands, millions of dollars for art pieces. Why not have a place where they can come and these pieces be auctioned off. And these groups can receive parts of the proceeds. Obviously, parts of the proceeds will have to go to running the operations, but the groups can receive parts of the proceeds. So therefore, the constructors, the persons who built these costumes, can be paid for their labor and their work instead of seeing the bird and the transformer on the side of the road.
Right.
The next Junkanoo bought in.
Yeah.
These are things and ideas that can be done that can directly impact the pockets of Junkanoos. We're not talking about things just for the government to make money from to potentially mishandle and people not to get. We're talking about persons who are building and constructing in these shops every day. You are to receive, if your costume is sold for $1 million, 75% of that proceeds, $750,000, is to go in your pocket.
Yeah.
The next 25% goes to the management of the museum, facilitating the auctions, running, or whatever.
That's a great
But
suggestion.
75% of the proceeds go directly to these Junkanoos who are talking about the whole year, they sweating by their eyebrow in these shops, turning out masterful pieces. I looked at these pieces. One family, you need to pick up your copy of the Guardian newspaper as well as the Tribune, is starring Darwin. The colors, look at how beautiful these costumes are. Could you imagine every one of these choreographed girls had these costumes now? Most of them, they probably done throw them down in the shack because they're getting ready for New Year's.
Yes.
Can you imagine? We have these pieces that are able to be sat there, and these girls can say, listen, I can go home with 75% if it is my costume makes $100, $75 of what I paid, because these people spend a lot of money to look this good on Bay Street.
Yeah.
So if they could get some money directly back into their pocket after they've used these costumes, and people can travel back home with them and say, look at what I brought back from the Bahamas.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Gabby. And I think the caller mentioned it's an issue of planning, right? And if we plan that Junkanoo and its attendant festivals or pieces are available all year round, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to go and purchase at any particular point a Junkanoo costume at an official Junkanoo retail outlet. It's absolutely, and that way you can build up the whole brand and have money in the kitty at all times to benefit the Junkanoo community.
And the government wouldn't have to subsidize it as much because
if
now it'd be self-sufficient. Well, we have some text to get in. Caller, we see you. We're going to get you in right now, but let's get in some of these texts. It says, greetings from Akira and the precious one.
Hey, ladies.
Greetings to God, David, and Gabby. 3 words, the Valley Boys. Shout out to the real Valley Boys that not only shout out to Orkin, but honored Orkin with representing David during the Boxing Day Parade. Laugh out loud. This person says, hi, David. David, let's make up all kind of things. They call you Darwin.
They do.
Hi, Darwin. How serious are we about enhancing standards of Bahamians into Junkanoo? Junkanoo will continue to be an expensive private street party with no accountability for the production unless we agree on the standards to be upheld consistently.
That's a good one.
Caller, you're live on Guardian Radio today.
Caller, you're on the air.
Yes, good day.
Go ahead, sir.
You know, first I'd like to say that it's the way forward that Wally Boys beat the Screamers, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I couldn't figure out which one it was.
Right. And I feel that that split is a positive split in that it made the group smaller. I guess we need another split from the Saxons.
Yeah. No, you could be right.
Smaller, so more people. You know what I'm saying?
You could be right.
Right. And then with the groups making money, I feel it's sad that they don't have any paraphernalia like their shirts and things.
Yeah.
You understand me? That's where the money is.
Yeah.
Those big costumes, no money in them. I mean, they're too large, and then they're not. You know what I mean? They're perishable.
But you bring up a pretty valid point. Like, who owns the rights to that shirt and the design, right?
Saxon fans, forever, and I had to go in Mason's Edition at one particular store to get a shit.
Yeah.
You understand me? On some other outlet, they hard to get. So that's where the big money is.
Yeah.
You know, they really want to make money. Paraphernalia, shirts, hats.
They should be available at every Junkanoo
I
shack.
agree.
Every Junkanoo shack should have their paraphernalia in store. I should be able to pull up in Mason's Edition if I want a Saxon's gold coin
You should be able to pull up in the mall.
I should be No, but it also gives an experience, right? Because I may have been a person who's never been in a shack.
Yeah.
Right.
So you could offer, hey, you come in here, you could buy a paraphernalia, you could watch costumes being made.
Yeah.
It's an experience you're selling, right? A lot of people want to go to the shacks, but are people welcomed, or is it just for Junkanooers per se?
Yeah.
What about the spectators who constantly pay the fines, who constantly pay the gold?
Like you buy
I
a
want to
Lakers
see in the
shirt.
shack
People
too.
buying Lakers shirt. Why can't I buy a soccer shirt?
Let me tell you something. What's so powerful about what you're saying? This is where all of the minds coming together matter, right? You bring the lawyers in the room because you have to copyright these designs. Because I wouldn't want, for example, any person to have the right to make a Junkanoo shirt or paraphernalia. That should be owned by the Junkanoo groups, either individually or as a collective. The same way that when you buy a bag, a dress, or a pillow from Bahama Handprints or Androsia, that is their design. These guys have to own that intellectual property.
They got to own their names
They're
first.
exactly
the
right.
Valley Boys taught us this lesson.
Yeah.
A lot of them aren't even incorporated companies.
Yeah. I think they're missing out on a lot of financial opportunity for themselves.
You know there are many Saxons design shirts. That, ain't like you designing new shirts. You buy shirts.
Yeah.
You understand
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
hear you. I hear you.
This is a market, bro. And I feel like the money in the costumes is artists painting the costumes or pictures.
Okay.
That's where the money is.
That's what some of Eddie Menace's best work. If you ever seen some of his authentic art, his original pieces.
It's just really
Beautiful.
things you got to, or videos of the parade.
Yeah.
These are the things you got to market.
Virtual reality experience.
anyway.
Love it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call, Davin. Listen, so in the new year, we're talking about refreshing, starting anew, moving forward. There seems like there's a lot of things culturally that we need to look at doing. Personally, things we could look at doing. Even in a lot of these different government organizations, because I just come from the Ministry of Works. And I told them 1 minute for them, because I still ain't get my plans back yet.
Wow.
These been in the final stages. These people say 6 to 8 weeks is the process. Go through all the process. These been in the final stages for a year, David.
No,
Must
baby.
see 6 to 8 months.
No, baby.
6 to 8 months. And I tell them the people with place could burn down, could then have permit to build back in 2 days. And in 6 to 8 months, I can't get
Following all the rules.
following all the rules.
Make it make sense.
You think in the new year we could
Do better?
do better.
Okay.
We could do better with behemoths that actually want to
Yeah.
go through the process, follow the rules. You think I could not have to put the $2,000 in the envelope?
Yeah.
Davin?
Yeah. This is the reality of the Bahamas, right? And these are the things that we need to change about our country. That's one of our New Year's resolutions and wishes, is that we not be passive people in 2026, that we demand greater accountability, greater quality of service for the money and the taxes that we pay. It's
You
an
think we could
excellent
squeeze
thing.
this last caller in before we have to go to the next break? Caller, you're live on the air.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, question I've seen, they're saying how to get duplicate the pastry to closed area.
Yeah, that was one of the recommendations about Junkanoo.
Do
Yes,
you
sir.
think that could work?
I mean, it's engineering. From an engineering perspective, it is possible. Yes, sir.
I haven't heard no one articulate this issue. Junkanoo is be on Bay Street and Shady Street at the same time?
Yes, sir.
How could you do we got in a closed place?
Well, I don't even know if we have a venue that's closed that
So that's two set clashing music in a closed place.
Yeah, great
That ain't
suggestion.
work. That can't work.
The sounds
You can't
bleed into
separate
each
the
other.
music.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Yeah, so they got to squash that one place. That ain't gonna work. Not a closed place.
Thank you for that. That's a great point.
Thank you so much for your call, caller.
Yeah, take care.
I do not agree with moving our cultural heritage from once it was birthed. I think that is, yes, I agree in it having to evolve and all of that good stuff and change. But the changing of the venue and what happens, I feel like it takes away the identity. I mean, when you had Junkanoo, we know we going on Bay. We going on Bay. Every piece of music, we come in to mash up Bay. This is how Bay looked before, and this is how Bay look after the Saxons and Bats. Come on, these are our traditions. Like the caller said, are we going to take away everything from Bahamians for the sake of tourism? We have to leave something for us. What we can develop is them gaps we say that changing this leadership was going to do. Nothing changed. Like the caller said, and this is why we have so many smart persons. We have so many astute Junkanooers. Why we still have 2-hour gaps, like the man say, your butt hurting. That's why I ain't going out there, because 5 o'clock in the morning when I wake up, I could have put on my clothes and still go, because guess what? They still was on the first lap.
Let me tell you something. One of the things, we talk about New Year's resolutions and things that we'd want to see change in this country. I would like for all like-minded people in whatever places and spaces they find themselves to get together as groups and see how we can initiate and change some things without the participation of the Bahamas government. And let's just get it done. Not all of these things that we're suggesting require their participation or acquiescence or support. We just have to be a bit more proactive as a people and be serious about making things better. But we'll talk a little bit more about this after we get back from the break. You're listening to Guardian Today with Darvin and Gabby.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Boy, why you look so mashed up like clothes at the washer?
No, boy, just a hard day. What?
Hard day? What happened? The breakfast lady ran out of tuna and Gretzi.
We need to start joking about everything, you know. This serious, boy. This real serious, boy.
Boy, what's serious? Tell me.
All right, well, today, boss gave us, boy, one big contract. And nobody else get a chance and nobody say nothing.
Boy, you know that ain't right. You know government contracts ain't supposed to go that way.
Yeah, but nobody's saying nothing. Boss man just tell people to sign the papers. Then he send me to meet his boy downtown and collect this envelope.
You need to tell somebody. You need to become a whistleblower.
You know I's a real man, but I never blow no whistle. I be drunk all my life in Junkanoo.
No way. A whistleblower is someone who tells people what they see when they see something wrong happening at work.
But I ain't no whistleblower, and I ain't no snitch. I still white there, you know.
But ain't nobody can know it's you. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers, or you could text them from inside the Crack Crime Bahamas app. They don't ask about you, and your call goes straight through to Miami, so nobody know you is. And if you text, your message get mixed up like Kong Salad.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
.9 FM, Guardian Radio Today. Listen, we didn't plan to talk about Junkanoo all show, but guess what? When you should be in bed, but you're on Bay Street instead, Davin, that's Junkanoo.
Yeah.
That's nothing gets to the heart and the core and the soul of Bahamians like politics and Junkanoo.
Yeah.
You talk about their politics, you talk about their Junkanoo, and you talk about their mother. They coming for you.
And now we talking about VJ Edgecombe. Yeah.
Shouts out to all the Bimonites and VJ Edgecombe. Listen, every time he attack that room, I be there like 242 to the world. 242 to the world. Let me get some of these texts in, Darvin. This text says, hello, Garvin. They call you Garvin.
Okay, so we get a Darwin. We get my real name, and we get Garvin today. Lord Jesus, go
hello,
ahead.
Garvin. Gabby. They said this is an excellent show today. Yes, we can have better investment in our culture of Junkanoo groups. Like the gentleman called about investment from Junkanoo costumes. Where are the thinkers as the way forward? Yes, we can do better. Sila from the mayor of Grand Bahama. Shouts out to all those listening in Grand Bahama. Has the money for the hotel reached the bank yet? Anyway, we'll talk about that in the new year. I ain't even starting that one up. I starting that up. Where the money at? Where the money at? Okay, this texter says, I experienced... Okay, that's a lot. Hold on. I think I missed that earlier text. They said, I texted in the morning show about a purpose-built stadium with stadium seating. Okay. A circular stadium, it will not work. You cannot have seating too high up. You can have an esplanade with multiple lineup areas for groups. The sporting complex is perfect for this. Here is my contribution from this morning. Build a facade, not buildings. That resembles Bay Street. Group access on both sides. As one group exits, another group is already in position to go. The street is wide enough. The seating is on even ground. Is not crammed in. There is parking. The streets leading in are wide and can handle large trucks. I wait for someone to announce their idea. I experienced Gus Cooper's funeral's rush. It was simply amazing, and those people weren't in full costume. After that, it would be hard for someone to convince me Junkanoo can't be Junkanoo or cultural away from Bay Street. Did anyone go to Gus' funeral rush on JFK Drive? This next texter says, okay, they told us with the BPM means. It means Bahamian People Messaging.
Gotcha.
BPM.
All right.
To fix Junkanoo, all they have to do is have B group in the Christmas and A group in the New Year. Freeport has one Junkanoo in the New Year. Furthermore, Freeport is a joke to Nassau Junkanoo.
But before Garth left, Gabby, he did make a suggestion about instead of doing a loop onto Shirley Street, you can just do one straight. You can go from Fort Charlotte, and I would say you end it at the foot of Paradise Island Bridge.
It's a long rush with them big, heavy costumes.
It is, but it's a straight rush. And you can decide, we can make it whatever we want to make it. You can decide that once you finish that straightaway, essentially, that's one lap. Mm-hmm. Second lap could start in Rawson Square and end at the foot of the Paradise Island Bridge.
Where does the judging start?
The judging starts from Fort Charlotte because you need them to perform.
All the way through.
Yeah.
So maybe then they would need to incorporate that in a point system because, because you're not going to perform if you're not getting scored.
You get it right.
If you're not getting scored the whole time. Mm-hmm. So just like how they have best Shirley Street performing, so that Shirley Street gets just as much energy and activity to the point where the people in the tree shaking and jumping on Shirley Street.
That's correct.
That would have to be something. But then you would also have to talk about Junkanoos who carry these costumes. Will they be able to manage coming all the way from down there, down to Bay Street, onto Shirley Street with those costumes?
Well, you would have to designate a rest period, right? Someplace within the route so that they're not penalized for taking a break. And there are multiple ways to do it. You could say, if I start at Fort Charlotte, the next group might start at Frederick Street. So I rush in from Fort Charlotte, a smaller group start on Frederick Street, and you let them rest around British Colonial Hilton while the other group finishes Rawson Square. So there are many ways that they could probably cut the route up and allow for greater participation. It'll shorten the gaps even and still give those men and women rest. But I'm open to a multitude of suggestions for changing this. I just don't believe that the status quo is serving anybody. It's not serving the spectators. No. It's not serving the performers. And it's not serving the wider Junkanoo community or the people that come and watch and listen to Junkanoo.
Well, this texter says new innovative leaders are needed to move the members forward in some groups. Too many of the government systems are lousy and need urgent reform. Urgent reform. In the new year, can we get some real accountability in a lot of these government areas that we pay money to visit and to use the services? I mean, it's not free. We go in. You said it costs X, Y, and Z. You said you would produce X, Y, and Z in X, Y, and Z time frame.
Yeah.
What happens when you don't? Can I get a refund?
Yeah.
Can I get my money back?
Not only a refund, can that go against the person within the ministry who's causing the delay? Because if it sits on this person's desk, they should be penalized in some way from a performance perspective, maybe their increment, et cetera, so that there is some
More
repercussion. Oh yeah. Or you do the reverse of it and you say, for X number of plans, this is the target every month. For anything over and above that, this would be added to your pay. And I promise you, you will see a complete turnaround in every government ministry when you start to do things like that. But the challenge we have is there is no incentive. There's no punitive measure when things aren't done the way in which we expect them to be.
Calling you live on Guardian Radio today.
Gabby and Darwin, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Compliments of the season.
Well, you guys are basically singing to the choir because some of the things that you mentioned already have been things that the Bahamian people have been suggesting to not just this particular political party government, but to successive governments over the years. And you are right, Gabby, and Darwin, until we hold people accountable for the portfolios that they are supposed to perform professionally on behalf of the Bahamian people. And if they refuse or are unable to do so, then they should be held to account. And that's something that we do not do. Until we get to the place where we can see the political persons in our parliament who are, in particular, because they are supposed to be the leaders among us that bring about the changes that we deserve and desire for a prosperous country. If they neglect their duties, then they should be held accountable. They should be held to charges, especially where it is said that some of them are deliberately doing things against the portfolios that they have, and therefore we get the end result as they have. But let me close on this one very salient point here. Until the time comes where right now we see that we're holding law enforcement officers to account by putting them before the courts. There are many politicians that we would like to see before the courts because we believe that that what we see going on is actually either a dereliction of duty or a deliberate attempt to sabotage our systems where the Bahamian people do not prosper in this country. And that is a conversation we had no longer than this same week. I mean, a group of 20 of us stood by and we had this conversation. And it's really, really amazing to see the like minds that think that the way things are don't have to be. This has to be a deliberate attempt to continue to have organized chaos because they are already aware of how to manipulate the systems to their own benefits. And that's about it. My last point here, talking about Junkanoo and everything. We have many places that we can look to see how festivals are organized. We look at the Macy's parade, for instance. You think if you notice carefully on TV, don't you see it's a continuous parade with no interruptions, no breaks, no anything? I think we have enough examples that we will send the people around the world to see how they do festivals and then come back here and apply it. Then I think it can work because we are spending huge amount of monies to attend these festivals. And are we getting the right bang for the buck? That's what we need to focus on. But thanks for taking my call. I continue to listen, continue the great work, and I trust that both of you will have a happy, prosperous New Year 2026 to come. God
Same
bless.
to you, my friend.
Same to you there. Thanks for calling, Jeff. Listen, it's so many things. This new committee, what is it? Help me out. The
NGC.
NJC was supposed to be the fix to the JCNP. They were supposed to be the fix. Instead of the chickens, we get the chicken with his head cut off. Because we know what we had, but we didn't know what we was getting. And what we get was a chicken with its head cut off.
Look what you get when you're tired.
Look what you get when you're tired of what you got. My God. And I know them, those said was saying,
Yeah.
they're like the Reggie song say, you sucker. Get them. Show them what you could do. I think it was in poor judgment they should have done what they said they would have done in allowing the JCNP to continue out with the parade, what they planned. I knew within my heart and within myself that there would not be enough time for this new committee to fully execute and organize a plan, because there ain't nothing, almost anything any government touch don't run right.
Yeah.
Anytime you put it into government's hand, administration's hand, it don't run right. Name me something what the government does run, what does run right. Name me something, Davin. I go wait. Callers, call in and tell me something with the government in charge of in this country what running right.
So one of the things as I listened to you that I was sitting here thinking about was, where do we place the blame and the responsibility when it comes to the administration of services in this country? And I say that from the standpoint of, do we blame the civil service or do we blame the politicians? Because it's important for us to hold accountable the right persons. I remember when I came home, and I came home to a CFO job. I won't say the company's name anymore because they're now out of business. But there were about 100 staff at that company in Grand Bahama. A wonderful group of people. But when I came in, I was the number 2 in charge, and I was making all of these suggestions to my boss. The thing that I learned about that job in that season of my life was that it really doesn't matter those persons beneath the boss. Leadership does matter, and it's almost the only thing that matters, because it didn't matter.
Because your boss didn't empower you to
Not only did he not empower me, he did not accept the suggestions that I made. The company went out of business as a result of some of the things that I knew, and 100 families lost their jobs.
Because how dare you? Who
Right.
you think you is?
And I say that to say, a lot of the callers are echoing similar sentiments, and you and I are talking about what do we do differently in 2026. One of the things we have to do is hold the people to account that have the power to make the change. It is no longer acceptable, has not been for some time, for our leaders to get exonerated from the responsibility that has been reposed to them.
They only want the good.
That's exactly right. So if I put you as the minister in charge of works, as the minister in charge of health, as the minister in charge of national security, I don't want to hear that it's the PS's responsibility, the commissioner of police's responsibility, because you are the person we elected, and because they work for you, you have the power to use whatever means necessary to remove them when they are derelict in the execution
You know
of
who
those
did a
duties.
good job at that, though? I don't want to get too deep into the politics
Yeah.
of it, but Ingram did a really good job
I
at
think
that
so.
when he came in and he realized that certain PSs didn't serve his agenda.
Yeah.
He said, you come on down right here in Cabinet Office. I got some newspaper, read and clip and do whatever, but you will not stop me and you will not hinder
That's correct.
the forward movement. And I think that's why his 1992 government was so successive
yeah.
in opening the airways into all these things that we now boast and brag
Yeah.
about today.
Yeah.
He was so successful because he understood that if I am to be successful, there are some people there are some technocrats
Yes.
that I need to move out of the way. There are some dinosaurs in the new year sitting in these ministries that have been socially promoted through to the detriment of Bahamian people, and they need to be gone.
Yeah.
You need to be gone. You need to get gone. You should have been gone long time. I'm tired of talking about we got to train. We got to bring these people back. We bringing them back to do the same thing they've done for the past
50 years.
How much years of independence?
50 years.
52
Yeah.
years of independence that they've been doing. So what are they going to train the generation after them to do? It's the same thing that they've been doing, derelict in their duties. Lord, the phone lines are lighting up. We don't have much time to go. Caller, you're live on Guardian Radio today.
Yes, good afternoon, Gabby and Darwin.
Hey, guy.
Good afternoon.
Compliments
Happy
of the season, man.
Happy New Year,
I ain't hear your voice in a long time.
But I'm only calling because you guys are on. But something that disturbed me.
Yes, sir.
As a matter of fact, there's a lot of things that disturbed me, but I heard on the airways. One was concerning the death of a black male in custody at the Fox Hill station. I won't get into the case because it hasn't been adjudicated or whatever kangaroo system, right?
Appreciate that.
But what I was afraid that was on the news, they said that there was no. This is what the news reporter said. There was no visible signs of injury, and so I thought, of bodily harm, and I just thought that was disingenuous. I mean, I don't know why would they say that. Like you trying to. I mean, it's like, and I'm calling because I'm responding to something that Darwin said that we the people must hold the people in authority accountable, right? And so without that, it's just wallowing and meandering into a line of BS.
Yeah.
And so what hurts me is the fact that, and I'm not just no personal talk on anybody. I'm just commenting.
Yeah.
The commissioner of police came on and said the police have nothing to hide. I'm 61, and so they have 61 years of stuff they've been hiding. And so it's really disingenuous for her to make those statements because the police, obviously, if I'm an officer and I do something wrong, you don't think they know who they are, The rogues know who they are. They don't have anything to hide. This is what you're telling me, but they don't wear cameras and they don't. What I'm saying is, Darwin is suggesting for the new year, we can't make any changes with the type of with the psyche that the population has. There's nowhere we're going to get anywhere. And as a matter of fact, I'm sick and tired of because I've lived it. My father was one of them, and I've heard personal stories. I know things. It's just sickening for me. I mean, why? And then the Minister of National Security will come on the radio and make these statements about the police with different tools to do their job, etc. I mean, we're hearing a bunch of mindless, selfish foolishness on the radio. What's I mean, these guys should just leave office, man, because, I mean, come on, man, And see, the thing is, the people on the street knows what's going on,
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, there must be a point in time when there must be more accountability and more exposure as to what is going on. There's a death of a young man in the station. He ran in and he died. And then you hear on the news, you're trying to create a narrative saying he resisted to go to court, but you really think that deserves? I mean, it's inexcusable. I just can't believe that our lives value nothing. I'm sick and tired of this place, man. And who you think is upholding these things? If you have the Minister of National Security, firstly, I would just like to send my condolences, but the commissioner, she had enough heart because she's a female. I don't know if she have any children. I didn't even know if she's married. But to say that she had condolences, but I don't think Mr. Maynard made those initial statements when he came on so audaciously and talked about that particular what he was commenting on.
Yeah.
And it's sickening for me, man. I wonder if these people think right. Do they sit and listen to themselves, man? Give thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Let's try and squeeze this last caller in. Okay, we lost
Sorry,
them.
caller. You can call back quickly. I think we'll have time to accommodate you. Go ahead, Gabby.
But this texter says the government's judicial system is running right. Over 100 charged murderers on bail, just like we planned. That's running right. I think we got the caller back on the line. Caller, you're live on Guardian Radio today.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're still talking about John Canoe and Colors?
No, man, you talk about whatever you want to talk about. We only got about 8 more minutes left.
It. Yeah, whatever I want to talk about. I want to talk about remember we had long walk out there one time ago at the embassy or there swimming all the time, right?
I do, yes, sir.
I said that John Canoe Beach to tourist only basically, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking at Goodman's Bay right now, right? I'm looking at Goodman's Bay, man. I mean, it's ridiculous how,
we got to talk about this.
These hotels, when they build, right?
Yes.
If they don't have the infrastructure, the beach and everything that they have on their brochure to accommodate the guests that they have, right?
Yes.
Right now, from the two sides, the new building that is being put up, the 12-story building is still being put up on, I think it's side of Wynn, right? Wynn up their people on one side, with their chairs, lounges with umbrellas and everything, right? And on the next side, already basically almost half of Goodman's Bay encroached by the hotel. What is going to be left for Bahamas to be in this country? I mean, if the tourists are already a paradise island, they say one piece of beach up in there. They got that, right?
Can't go on beach no more.
And it's like why can't they go on? I mean, they get boats. They can roam to numerous beaches in this country. Why do they take the one beach that the Bahamians go to? And Bahamians, I mean, they release in that Bahamian can't go there. What's the tourist? They realize that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and another thing I want to touch on, right? The person who's in the government house, right?
Yes,
right. The person in the government house, right? The Governor General, right?
Yes.
Listening to you.
Is she a chameleon?
Is she what?
Is she, sorry?
A chameleon.
A chameleon? In what sense? Why do you use that term?
A chameleon, something that changes color. Why is she bleaching?
Oh, Lord.
Call, I got to let you go. I got
on
to
that.
let you go on that. You had me right up until there, but
Always remember, our callers who call Guardian today are always respectful. We're not doing
the
that in
views and
2020 saying
opinions
it's
are
not our own.
not of the host and those of Guardian, of the staff and management of Guardian Radio. But in these final few minutes, Davin, as we wind down and get ready, this is the last Monday in 2025. We will see this week 52.
Yes.
We will see no more of 2025. And we're talking about things, and Carla brought up something very, very important, though, the beach access. We really need to talk about that in the new year.
Sure.
I want to really do some investigative journalism and deep dive into that, because I saw this lady online. She's been following the closures of these beaches. All of these developments, and I realize it now. If you drive around the island along the coastal line where beaches are supposed to be, there is limited, I want to say almost 75%, maybe even more, of beach access has been taken away from Bahamians. You can't access it because there's some building there now that's private property, and they're saying you can't traffic through. And last I checked, the beach isn't supposed to be owned by anyone.
Something about the shoreline. Yeah, that's
The
a
shoreline,
legal, issue. Yeah.
the legal ramification of it is owned by the Bahamian people. But they're saying, y'all could own the beach, but we own this road. And you can't traffic through this road to get to the beach.
Yeah.
So something needs to be done about that, because our beautiful Bahamas is being stolen from us. There is hardly anywhere to go to the beach. Like the call even say, Long Wharf in, Long Wharf no more.
Yeah.
That's what the thing named pop-up shop city.
Yeah.
Cause from you reach the light,
Nassau Street.
from you reach Nassau Street, there's a pop-up shop on every nook and cranny of the beach. You used to be able to go straight onto the beach. When tourists come from the cruise port, that was beach area. Now that's a hut, another hut, another hut, another hut, another hut. You got to walk all the way down till you get mid into Arawaki. And even there now, the beach access is almost completely restricted. How much stalls can you put on one beach?
No, these are very important conversations to have. I think we also have to take personal responsibility for the things that we allow. A lot of these changes, I was listening to a friend of mine, and she said something about how her pastor mentioned how the devil works. And he said the reason why the devil is so successful is because he only takes a grain of rice at a time. The reason why the Bahamas is where it is because we've allowed people to take a grain of rice for every time. It was one beach, then it became two, then it became three, then it became 75%, to use my friend Gabby's language. And I think that's just the nature of us when we become too lax in these kinds of things. One of the things that I want to share before I go, Gabby, if you will permit me, my friends and family are used to me having a New Year's.
You had a theme.
Yeah,
you had a theme. That's what I was listening to you in Precious. And y'all was like this overaction.
Exactly.
That's what I wanted us to talk about. But anyway, we'll talk about it in New Year.
That's fine, because so typically I do my New Year's morning release. I wake up, super early in the morning, and I post it. And I usually do a recording the day before, and I'm preparing for it to be released on Wednesday. But between Christmas and New Year, which is this week for me, I spend a lot of time meditating and thinking about what the Lord gives me as my mantra. And during this season, I happen to have a really good friend who, well, I have a lot of great friends, but I have some friends who really are prayerful people. And I told her the next time that I'm on the air, I'm going to share the prayer that she sent to me, that she has for me in 2026. And it was so impactful for me that I want to, hopefully it blesses somebody listening. And I pray that in 2026, if you don't have a friend like this, God blesses you with a friend like this. And the prayer goes, she prays, may you experience a move of God like never before today. May his plans for your next move be made clear and concise. May you feel a peace that surpasses all understanding. And may every feeling of lack and doubt be removed. I declare that you walk into your purpose boldly. I declare a whole body and a sound mind. I declare the warring angels contend with anything that seeks to rise up against you. I declare prosperity overflows, and you're blessed others without reservation. I declare that the world will know your name for your generosity and leadership. The world will see the glory of the Lord through your life. The Lord our God will close every door that seeks to tempt you astray, and his holy light will illuminate the only path you are to follow. I declare the steps of your feet are ordered by the Lord, and you, everywhere you walk, is on holy ground. Supernatural healing, unending favor, mind-blowing blessings, incredible suddenlies, and joy unspeakable shall be your portion today and forevermore. This I ask and believe in faith is done in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
What a way to end the show. This has been Guardian Radio Today, the last show for us in 2025. Until the new